So I just got out of watching Wuthering Heights and what? I have to believe this is a very poorly made adaptation because ain't no way this is considered one of the greatest literary works of the English language. Now, me personally, I am illiterate, so I had no frame of reference going into it, no expectations, and maybe that's for the best because apparently I would have hated it even more had I read the source material. So this review is purely a review of the movie. I will not be rating its accuracy as an adaptation. I will not be speaking about the differences between the book and the movie. This is simply a review of Wuthering Heights as a piece of film. And it's a very bad one, I'll just say that right off the bat. I'm shocked. This is what they did with the source material, which I later researched and found out they horribly butchered. But anywho, the movie is set in Yorkshire during the 19th century and follows our two main characters, Cathy and Heathcliff, as they have a sordid and forbidden romance that winds up having terrible consequences for both them and the people unlucky enough to be dragged into their little game. This movie actually started off super strong, and I thought I was in for a treat. The opening scene is this massive set piece in the town square during a hanging. It shows this really decadent society full to the brim with debauchery and degeneracy. Children are cheering as a man is hung. They're talking about how his pee-pee should be hard when he's being hung. They sell toys for the hanging people. People are having sex in the corners. It's really like this amazing opening scene that really brings you into this world, and the cinematography and sound design in it are incredible. And to start on such a high and to so quickly plummet is so sad. The performances from our main characters, Cathy, who was played by Margot Robbie, and Heathcliff, who was played by Jacob Elordi, are the weakest performances in the movie by far. And they're weak and incredibly inconsistent. At times, their chemistry on screen is electrifying, and at times, they feel like two middle school kids who don't like each other and got forced into a play where they're gonna have to kiss. Margot's performance specifically is inconsistent in such a unique way that I think it actually is to the great detriment of her character. Let me explain. I don't know why it is. I don't know if it's because she has more experience playing more morally gray or evil characters. But the scenes where she has to play this megalomaniac, evil, manipulative person as she's having this political power struggle with Heathcliff almost. Also make each other jealous and make each other do horrible things are incredible. The way she manipulates people, the way she's cold, she's calculating, she's intimidating in these scenes. She does an incredible job in these scenes. Which is why her character greatly suffers, because in the scenes where she's supposed to evoke sympathy and oh, this poor girl, she's in over her head and, she's having second thoughts and all of that, it just doesn't come across, because whereas her being an asshole is perfectly acted, her being this meek, small, it's flat, and her tears feel like crocodile tears. So it almost feels like we're watching a sociopath who's trying to manipulate other people and is kind of not great at it. And that was the intent, and, they fucking nailed it, but something tells me it wasn't. And Jacob Elordi is just there. His character is not that deep. He's obsessed. He's an asshole. He disappears for a good chunk of the movie, comes back and ruins a marriage, which is, not really a compelling character trait. Or arc. He does the best we was given. He looks hot. That was kind of the whole selling point. I will say, as much as I think a lot of the costume design and production design of this movie is stellar, what they did with his haircut specifically, really took me out of it at times. He looks like fucking handsome Squidward. The mutton chops and bowl haircut do him no favors and make him look really, really weird. So yeah, he's just there. Unfortunately, the script is not good. It barely gives any depth to Heathcliff beyond obsessive ex-boyfriend. There are some strong performances in the movie, though. Specifically from Alison Oliver and Martin Clunes. They deliver an absolutely incredible performance with their limited screen time. It was a joy whenever these characters were on screen, and I wish we'd have gotten more of them. Maybe at the cost of one of the 100, maybe at the cost of, I don't know, one of the, I believe, 7 sex montage scenes that we see throughout the movie. The story is slow and uninteresting. Poor girl marries boring man, childhood friends comes back, reignites a flame that the woman no longer knew she had, drama ensues, everyone suffers. The problem is that once again, since the performances of the two main characters are so meh, I don't care about their secret romance or complicated relationship and the eventual consequences of their relationship. Also, without spoiling the ending, the movie takes a page out of The Return of the King in that the ending lasts for fucking ever. It's 30 minutes long almost, and the movie feels like it's earned itself a slow, solemn pacing towards the end, but it hasn't. It's boring, and I can see so many people like checking their phones to see how much longer was left in the movie, which is not good when you're like witnessing what's supposed to be the emotional climax of your movie. No one cared, and I was right there alongside them. The pacing is all over the place. Sometimes it's unbelievably slow and meandering, and other times we flash forward through 3 years of a character's life in 15 minutes. A lot of time is given to really unimportant and uninteresting scenes. And beyond that, the movie has so many montages, like I've stated, way over 5 if I recall. It almost felt like a Rocky movie, emotional beat happens, then boom, 3-minute montage. Emotional beat happens, boom, another montage, and so on until the movie ends. I have no doubt that it was really expensive to get the Charlie XCX rights, but Jesus, dude. It really, really fucks with the flow of an already boring movie and makes it feel even more slow and uninteresting. For all of the faults of the story, I gotta give their flowers to Linda Sandgren, the DOP, and Susie Davies. I am so sorry if I butchered either one of those, Susie being the production designer. The movie is an absolute joy to look at. Susie's team especially knocked it out of the park. From the rugged, dirty streets of London to the desolate manor at Wuthering Heights and the oppressive, opulent Linton Manor, it's all gorgeous and very meticulously crafted. It is a shame that her and her team's talents were wasted on this film. The use of color and the effort it took to make every setting feel oppressive in different ways is actually impressive. It's really, really beautiful and technically a masterpiece. And technically a gorgeous piece of art. The cinematography is also a joy to look at. The lighting is beautiful and stylized. Some shots are really beautifully composed and look like paintings. Others are intimate and up close. The choices that the OP made, I think, really elevate this movie visually and make it at least stand out in that regard. Unfortunately, a piece of shit with a beautiful paint job and beautiful lighting is still a piece of shit. The ending was boring, the drama of it felt unearned, and I was ready for it to be over. It is a shame because I saw the smidges, I saw tidbits of because at the beginning I saw tidbits of an incredible movie, and then all the potential kind of went downhill and they can never capture it again. I feel this movie is a flop. It's boring, it's long, and I think it really counted on the sex scenes being enough to carry it. It felt like they really wanted to be Ye Old Shades of Grey, Birmingham edition, but it's such a wasted opportunity because this setting is ripe to explore so much more. Class inequality, generational trauma, the cycle of revenge, unhealthy obsessions, but they do none of that. They just make you watch Jacob Elordi give sweaty backshots, and while I do enjoy that, it simply does not make for a good movie. Overall, I give the film a 2.5 out of 5. It is a true disappointment, and a very unfortunate waste of a very talented cast and crew. That's it now. Bye.